You said something interesting to me a few minutes ago about AI and copyright. And the reason it's interesting to me is I was recently reading about this band called the Velvet Sundown, which maybe you heard about. Did you hear about
The
this?
band that was popular, and it turned out to be AI music.
Yes, yes.
Yes, I've heard about that.
One of my best friends is a graphic designer, and I hear a lot about this community of artists who is very opposed to AI art because they view what it is doing as theft, in that it trains itself on extant art and then creates new art. I understand what you're saying, where isn't that how a human works? So maybe it shouldn't be illegal for an AI to operate that way.
That is my opinion, yes.
Is it for roughly the same sort of reasoning I gave you?
That is a reason, but the additional reason is that there are so many artworks or newspaper articles that to require transactions to make a deal just doesn't seem practical. So in essence, you would shut down AI. Or say you created a government fund, the AI companies pay into the fund. Well, how does the government decide whose images get how much money? That to me also seems like an intractable problem. So I don't know a good way of making that system work.
Copyright is just one of the checks and balances that you think we need across AI as we're buttressing the legal system for what's to come. If the regulations we're developing aren't so much about staving off this existential threat, which you think needs to be demonstrated as a to be a problem much more than it has been, what are some of these other checks and balances that come to mind that we really need to be considering?
I think it's, David, who was it? Someone wrote a good tweet lately about the evolution of the AI sector has been quite positive so far. So one thing is there's just a lot of competitive models. It's not all the AI in the hands of one company or one person. There's also models in China. I think that's a healthy development. That's part of the checks and balances. It's no surprise to an economist, but reading some of the AI people, you almost get this vision like there's one model, it just keeps on improving itself so rapidly, it leapfrogs ahead of all the others. No reason to think that will be true. A lot of reason to think it's not true. And it's not true. That's good. It's more stable.
You mentioned, though, something that is a problem even for Reid Hoffman, I think, which is that, I mean, it's obviously got upsides, but there are all these models. There's AI development in China. It's not localized, it's all throughout the world. And one problem is that putting AI in the hands of everyone produces the capacity, for instance, to make changes to viruses or bacteria and create major existential threats in the form of pandemics that aren't necessarily caused by an AI singularity, so to speak.
Yes, I worry about bad humans with AI much more than AI itself. Of course, that's already a risk. And I think we need to put a lot of work into making sure that the ability of AI to come up with cures, just for normal pandemics for that matter, is more powerful than its ability to harm us. So it's a real issue. We need to devote a lot of attention to it.